I can edit it out. Yeah.
All right.
That's okay.
Let's practice.
Okay. So we clap on one. So it's 3, 2. Yeah.
I have watched. I just couldn't go out because sometimes people say it too much for me. Okay. I am a little older.
Yeah, that's why Mom told me I wasn't her demographic. That's why she don't make it to the end of the
That's
questions for me.
Mm-hmm.
She never knows. Even though at the end I say my mom is watching, so be nice.
I have heard you say that, and I want to say your auntie is too, and auntie cannot necessarily hear all of that either. So please keep it right.
Well, guys, welcome back to another episode of the Plus One Podcast. My name is Kasey Brown, of course. I'm your host. And today I have a very lovely woman here with me. As you can see, she's quite excited to be here. And her name is
Kim Williams.
Yes, when you introduce yourself. This happens every episode.
What now?
This is the time for you to introduce yourself.
Oh, I am Kimberly Williams. What else do you want me to say?
I mean, where you went to school.
Oh, you want me to give? I thought that you were gonna.
It was the bio. No, I don't really ask you.
Oh,
I just let everybody tell what they want to tell about themselves.
I am Kasey's aunt. that is the best introduction I can give you. Yeah.
Well,
because they'll know the rest when I'm talking.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
What's relevant? Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I do want to start by saying we all went to the same school.
Yes, high school and college.
High school and college. You're looking at another Monticello valedictorian.
Oh, yeah. It's been a minute.
So, yes, we have very similar values, and she has very similar values as my mother.
Oh, yeah. Well, is that bad?
You can survive this. Before my mom doing
talent on here talking bad about the talent. Okay.
Bad. It's just, y'all know how the episode went with my mom. And if you don't, I'm going to put a card up there so you can go watch it. And then you'll see how this one will go. And it'll probably go about the same way. So.
Okay.
We're going to get into the questions because she is ready and willing to get into them. And I wanted to start off by asking, outside of law, what are some activities or hobbies you're passionate about?
Oh, okay. Great question, because I thought you were going to ask me about the law. But okay.
We'll come to that. I want you to know her first, and then we'll talk about her job.
Okay. So what are some things? I am the mother of 2. So a lot of times that dictates what I like for the moment. But me personally, I do, oddly enough, I like to exercise. It's not that I like to exercise. It's like I like the feeling after I exercise.
You feel healthy.
I feel like I can breathe better. I feel like I can think better. All of that. Yeah. So I like that. I am reading different books, but it's got to have, a little romance, got to be funny. It has to have some type of luxury in it, right? So right now I'm trying to get 4 books in. So yeah, maybe my interview is going to be conservative, and that's okay. That's who I am. Because we're doing the reading program at my house.
Oh.
So, yep, got to get that book bag that they're giving away and the free coupons to the fair and all that good stuff.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
They used to do that when we were in school too. It's like the Six Flags thing. And if you filled up your list with books, but they had to be a certain like grade level and stuff like that, then you got 2 free tickets to Six Flags.
That's right. This is a whole booklet.
Yeah.
So the county does a little program, and you get Tulsa County Fair, some free food, you get a little bag, and that's the adults. And the kids get some other stuff. I don't know what they get. But,
Well, that's nice. Oh, you talked about exercise. What is your favorite?
We love bench step aerobics.
Ooh, like the step up ones, like that meme from Martin, that clip from Martin.
Yeah,
and they took Martin and him, and they almost passed out.
That is true. I hadn't even thought of that, but that is true. That is very true. It's I just get a little shout out to my people at Lifetime. Yep, Lifetime. We get a chance to do it online, and yeah. it's fun. They do something great all the time.
Okay. Well, now that we talked about the nice things
Yeah.
and outside of her profession, which is law
Mhm,
currently,
mhm.
what influenced your decision to pursue a career in law?
Okay. Well, as you know, Casey, my background is biology as well. And that, because really that's all that we have grown up around. And I say we have grown up, I am a little older than Casey.
You see the space in between my
Yeah,
this
yeah,
much.
yeah, 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 yeah. So anyway, but everybody around me was science background, granddaddy, I said granddaddy, but my daddy, even mama and your mom and my godmother who lived next door. And then around the corner we had another teacher, and she was the science teacher. So everybody who um I had more influence in science than anything. So maybe that was safe to me. I like it. I'm curious. I love to learn. So
Mhm.
maybe that is my passion right there, just learning in itself. But I went ahead and I did biology, we did chemistry, and it worked out very well, but I didn't want to go to med school ultimately. So, and I'm getting to the reason how I got the law. But I mean, the question is usually people think your background is something else, but it's just learning and completing that goal, right? So I completed the biology degree, and I didn't want to, as I just said, go to med school. So I went to work, and when I went to work, I was exposed to different departments, and one was the legal department.
Mm.
And I was like, well, maybe that's something I can look into. But even that changed because I didn't want to do. I was with a pharmaceutical company,
Mhm.
and that is why I went to law school, to go back to the pharmaceutical company and try to do the legal career there. But I wasn't interested in that by the time I got out of law school.
Mhm.
So that's how I got to law school, to answer your question.
Okay, can you share one of your most memorable moments from your time at law school?
Mm. Well, um,
Well, let me rephrase the question.
yeah.
What do you think impacted you the most? Like, what was your defining experience to say, okay, this is what I want to keep moving forward in? Because I know it
Mm.
is a lot, once you
Mhm,
get to like that real higher level learning.
mhm,
Because college, yes, it is hard.
mhm,
And especially it's hard to get out of there and do high honors because you got a whole life thrown at you too, on top of having to stay and study and take
mhm,
care of yourself.
mhm.
So I
And
wanted to
having
know
fun.
what was your defining experience where you were like, "Okay, yeah, this is what is going
I'm gonna
to
do
be it."
this.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I probably did not have a moment where it was, oh, I'm going to do this. I'm just being honest with you. I I thought, as I said in the beginning, I thought it was going to be, okay, this is what I'm doing. But when I thought, oh, I don't want to do that, I thought, well, I'm doing really well, and this is a degree that will give me some flexibility in the future.
Mhm.
So perhaps it was more of, I'm not doing that, but I'm not going to quit. I'm going to continue, and I'm going to excel at this so I can have different opportunities. And quite honestly, that's still where I am, just, building and evolving as my personal life changes. So,
Okay. So
yeah.
you
I
kept
hope that
that
wasn't too disappointing for
No,
you.
you kept that momentum with
Yeah.
you.
Yeah,
Yes,
absolutely.
because I mean, it doesn't have to be exciting. The goal of this podcast, as I always say, is for people to come here and get a better understanding.
Okay.
So it doesn't have to be messy or, you
Oh,
passed out in the middle of the street or something. We don't do, stuff like that. So we're real conservative over here.
okay. All right.
Okay, so can you describe your journey from law school to establishing your practice in Tulsa?
Okay. Yeah. So, you do your 3 years in law school, and um, during law school, if you have the opportunity, you do paid internships. And I did all of mine in Little Rock. And when I did these internships in Little Rock, I was able to see different areas of law, employment law, some medical malpractice, some other things. And honestly, when I got to the end of law school, I thought, it'd be nice to be able to be somewhere else. And so I started interviewing, and I met someone in the beauty shop.
Mhm.
that was a lawyer, and she knew someone in Tulsa
Mm.
that got me an interview. Yeah, you didn't know that, did you? And when I got the interview, I drove over to Tulsa, and I really enjoyed the people that interviewed me. And I got the job, and that's how I moved over to Tulsa. And I knew civil versus criminal, right?
Mhm.
So that was the agreement. I would have a house, a place in the civil area, but they didn't know if it was going to be employment or it was going to be litigation. And it ultimately ended up being litigation. But they made the promise to me that if I wanted to change around, I could, and we did. So that's how I was able to look at complex civil litigation, family law, some employment law, and just different areas. So to answer your question, because I went to a larger firm, I was able to see different areas of law and practice in those areas.
Mhm.
And then since it's a larger firm, your ability is going to be based on what is available.
Mm.
hmm
Okay.
But I did enjoy the employment the most.
Okay.
So,
Mhm.
you talked about how you always consistently like to learn and
Mhm.
change.
Mhm.
So, how were you able to keep a, work-life balance and
Mhm.
consistently changing your occupation?
Yes. Okay. So Casey has not said, but maybe you have said, and I haven't heard it, that I have been, I graduated from law school almost 20 years ago. And I have not only practiced, but I've done some other things as well as alternative legal careers as well. Okay. So, with that being said, it's all basically based on my evolving as a person and also what I need for the moment. So, of course, I won't say of course, but when I graduated from law school, I had the ability I had the ability to go to a large law firm and work hard
Mhm.
because, I was responsible for myself and that was what I was responsible for. But as my personal life changed, what I needed to do needed to change. And so I looked at what I enjoyed the most from the law or the legal practice, and
Mhm.
I took from that and I pursued that opportunity. So I went to work for a legal research company, and that allowed me the ability to have some flexibility in my career. And so I did that for quite a while. And then I saw other opportunities. Unfortunately, we had the pandemic and we all hated the pandemic, but it did afford some opportunities outside of our own little world, right?
Regular,
Yeah.
yeah.
So now I work with a global law firm and helping to develop a training department to help the legal professionals and the lawyers and the shareholders, and things of that nature. So to answer your question, the way I keep pursuing different things is based on what I need for that moment. But the things that I'm interested in the law have evolved based on, I guess, my own personal needs. So, yeah, of course, we all have an employer, even if it's a customer, even if you're an entrepreneur, right?
Mhm.
Then the client, or
It's the
in
employer.
this case, the talent is the employer.
She's
Okay.
the talent.
Yeah, I'm the talent. I'm the talent. So anyway, but with that being said, um, you know, I'm always interested in food law and disability, maybe ADA focused things of that nature, because there are people around us who have food allergies. So
Mhm.
I'm passionate about that sort of thing. I'm always I'm really interested in privacy law and AI policies and things of that nature, because that's what's happening
Yeah,
now.
it's moving forward.
Right, right. So that's why you're always evolving, and that feeds into my I love to learn, right? And as I continue to learn and evolve, and my life changes, so what I do all day wants to change too.
Mhm.
So that's how it happens.
Okay.
Mhm.
So, are you currently like practicing with like going to like practicing in the court and like
Oh yeah.
presenting people?
No,
I
no,
don't know.
no.
I don't know what
I
the
know what
word
you're saying.
is. Yes.
Am I taking clients and going to court with them?
Yes.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So no, I am not doing that. Um, I have.
Okay.
Yes, I have, but I am not going to trial at this time. I'm doing something again on the alternative branch. I'll be honest with you, a lot of people that I went to law school do different things with their law school degree. Um, Even the person, I'll tell you this, that even the person that I first saw, and I can't even remember his name, but he was a part of the University of Arkansas's um, school board.
Mm.
Am I saying that right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
like board
Yeah.
of directors, basically.
I can't remember. But he was a member of that. He had a position there, and he had a JD, and he was just doing all types of things. And this was years ago. And I remember just watching him. Of course, he never even knew I was watching him from afar.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, everybody that I pretty much associate with have done different things
Okay.
because of the demand of a practice of a law. Can
And
you
it's
imagine?
very flexible, it seems like.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I can think of 5 different things right now that people that I went to school with do.
Okay.
Different things. Yeah.
Well, when you were doing that,
hmm
how did you build trust and, connection with your clients?
Yeah. I just think about having compassion for other people, not judging their situation. Um, I, in some instances, have insight to certain things, and I'm not here to, flex on that or anything like that, but I'm here to hear their part and then kind of marry what they have or need based on what I know. Or if I don't know it, point them in the right direction. And for that, did I answer the question?
Yeah, you said you wanted to have compassion
Yeah,
for
so yeah,
that's
having
how you
compassion for
build
people
trust.
and not judging where they currently are and actually having hope for them.
Okay,
Yeah, having hope.
that's nice.
Mhm.
We're gonna take a second,
Mhm.
guys. I'm gonna continue to make sure that the camera is still working.
Oh,
And I think I forgot to put my do not disturb on, so I need to make sure that's on so that way nobody calls me because if I see that pop up on here, it's gonna be an issue.
oh, okay.
And now we're back. Okay, so just a few more questions.
No problem.
Don't want to take up too much of your time. I
Oh.
know you have some busy men down there. So, how do you unwind and relax other than your exercise outside of work? Like, what do you do like in the moment when you know it's stressful to be able to decompress and be able to move forward?
Mm.
Because I know it is
Are you
hard
talking about the
handling.
concerts that I put on at my house? That could be one.
Yes.
Yeah. Or sometimes I just block everybody out, meaning I go into my room and um, let everybody know I'm not thinking today or
Mhm.
at that moment, and ask your daddy. Yep, that's how that goes. Yeah, I detach myself from the world.
Okay.
hmm
Now back to the law.
Okay.
I also wanted to ask you if there was any tips that you had, like if you had like 3 tips to give somebody that's going into law
Mhm.
school, and then
Mm.
after that, 3 tips for somebody coming out, like currently in the environment that you know that the
Yeah,
state
yeah, yeah.
is in.
All right. So, I have to say this. When before I even tell you my 3,
Hmm.
when I first started law school, they said something like, if you're going to do this for the money, which everybody is,
Doing any
yeah,
job for the
for the
money.
money, and not just for the money, but they're like, if you're just doing this for money, but then you don't want to be here. Okay. Well, um, I do understand what they mean that, it may not for some careers within the law, it may start out slow. Okay, so that may not be what your motivation would be to go to law school. You would have normally when you come out, if you don't already have a relative that's got something going on, or if you don't land a big job, or then it may not pay as much. But like anything else, as you continue, then it will pick up, right?
Hmm.
So for me, if you had, I just thought about that because I'm not going to say, oh, think about the, no, I'm not going to say think about the money or anything like that. Um, but I guess my 3 would be, oh, go in and do the best job that you can because that is where your opportunities will come in. the better you do, the more opportunities that you'll have. The second one is, of course, don't worry about what you will do in the end, because you will evolve through the situations that they will happen. Okay. And maybe the third one is don't quit. Don't quit. So and that sounds so generic. Do your best. Don't quit, and don't worry about what you will become, because you will do something, and whatever that is, it will evolve into something else later. So, but I would definitely, if I didn't know what I wanted, because clearly I didn't know what I wanted to do when I got out, right? So, the flexibility of the degree itself, I'm not trying to campaign for people to go and get a JD, but it is a very flexible degree.
Okay. What would you also say about the preparations for the test? Like, if there was one thing you could do.
Well, I would have studied.
I
That's
mean,
one.
other than studying, like everybody gets the books, everybody tries,
In this day and age.
Yes.
Mhm.
But like, if there was one thing that like probably nobody does or nobody thinks about, what would you say that is?
Well, one thing I would do, and people do think of this, but I would take a course if I could. If I could have done that back then, take a course and been a little more
knowledgeable.
And appreciate the seriousness of the situation. That would have been one thing. But I guess I would have just, I don't know. That's what I would have done. If you have a chance, you know how they have the little summer courses or whatever it is. If you have a chance, I would take one of those. I think I had a friend who did that. She took, but I don't know how it worked out for her. But yeah, definitely would take a course.
Okay.
Give me some guidance, please.
Okay. Is there one success story or one big thing that you've done in your career that you're really proud of?
Think of a couple, but I was just telling you a few minutes ago about how we were representing someone at a trial, and I wrote the brief, and the judge pretty much adopted my opinion. Now, I'm not saying he said, "Oh, this is great. Let me take the whole thing," but he took lots of influence from what I had written.
Oh,
yeah,
that's nice.
But another thing is, after that, because you may not want to use that one, I don't know. You may want to hear something more recent. I'm really proud of the work that I'm doing currently, because I'm helping to develop. I'm helping to help people develop their careers, and we're starting it pretty much. I won't say from scratch, but it is the inaugural group. So I'm really proud of that currently.
Okay. So now we're going to move into my last two questions, actually.
Do I get a chance to sing?
Not yet.
I'm ready.
Okay, you know what? Actually, since she wants to sing, I'll give her this question.
I don't want to lose everybody.
What's your favorite song to sing?
Yeah. Oh, that wasn't the question I was anticipating.
I know.
Okay, what is my favorite song to sing? Okay. I can't remember who it's by, so I might sing. No, I know the song, and we sing it on Alexa all the time. I know. But it's Blessed. That's the name of it. But no, God's Got a Blessing. God's Got a Blessing. God's Got a Blessing. Okay, you want me to sing it?
No. You just had to tell us.
Okay, well, I'm ready.
Because our family, like I always tell people, like, the one relationship that I have that's the best is the one with me and God. Like, it's very, like, deep in our family. It's the one thing that we all, like, know and talk about, and we don't differentiate on.
Oh, yeah.
And then we won't get in the way of. So, like, I'll randomly be walking through the house, and I'll be like, nearer.
Oh, you get a chance to sing. Okay.
Yeah, it'll just pop into my head, just walking through the house. Like, I wouldn't even be doing anything. So I know for a fact, if I walk through my own house just randomly singing, it must be in the genes.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Okay. So, well, it really isn't even like last two questions, because I'm kind of going to put them together. So, do you think you found your passion yet?
Mhm.
And if so, or if not,
Mhm.
what might it be?
Mhm. Do I think I have found my passion?
Mhm.
I think I'm definitely in the right direction, but I'm not what I will be. So for the moment, I'm passionate about what I'm doing, but as I continue to evolve, my passion will continue to evolve. So kinda, but it will continue.
Okay.
Mhm.
And is there anything you would like to promote or shout out or say to the people out there? If there's any guidance, wisdom,
Oh,
any
okay,
help
okay.
then
Yeah.
in
I
future law people, because I have somebody, he wants to be a lawyer. He was on my first episode,
Okay,
so
okay.
he'll probably watch this
Oh,
and want to know.
good. Okay, well, I'm happy to talk to him too. But
You heard that?
or send your questions through Kasey, whatever way you want to do. But yeah, if you think you want to do it and you're concerned about getting started or you're just a little apprehensive, just do it. Just go ahead and do it. Because what's the worst case scenario? You got a law degree, right? Is that the worst case scenario? I'm not telling you that it will be easy because it is probably one of the harder things that I've had to experience. But it definitely will give you a boost. I think you will, if you enjoy learning, you'll definitely enjoy learning. You'll definitely learn, more about communication with others. And I mean, it is again, a good degree. So to answer your question, as far as wisdom or insight or anything like that, if you're thinking of it, you're considering it, this definitely is, or it has been,
Mhm.
a great opportunity to just keep moving forward and evolving and just doing different things that, fits your needs. But whatever you do, if you do your very best at it and do well at it, then that's where normally those opportunities will show up.
'Kay.
Mhm.
Well, this has been the best question segment. Every time I have, like, my mom or her or, like, anyone twice my age, like she said.
Wait a minute, did I say that?
You did.
I think I said that before the camera was on.
But if I had my mama on here
Mhm.
and my mama is 30 years older than me,
Oh,
she had me at 30.
okay.
So
I'm not as old as her mother. Okay.
just know that. Just know. But we also know she's not 22.
No, no, I'm done that. I'm not going back to that.
So I want you guys to always, that's why I always like to have them on here, because everybody likes to always ask me, like, Casey, how do you like so sure of yourself?
yeah.
And how do you know like the things that you're like with the direction you want to go in? It's because of them. I might be crazy because of them too, just a
Oh,
little bit. But but they make sure that whatever direction I wanna go in and that I'm sure of that they wanna push me.
mhm,
So I wanna give you guys the same guidance and the same, compassion
mhm,
as I've been given across my life.
mhm.
So now we're friends. But we're getting ready to end this question segment and we're going to take a small break so that way our talent can get a pee break and get her other segments together. And we'll be back after this.
All right.
Hey guys, we finally got a sponsor. Woo! Today's sponsor is Chic Essentials. Chic Essentials is a Shopify business that believes in empowering women through style and functionality. Whether you're looking for a touch of glamour or practical solutions for everyday life, they got you covered. They have portable heating pads and luxurious wigs that will keep you feeling and looking chic. They add new products monthly so you can have your essentials for your self-enhancement journey. The link will be on a card during this ad and in the description box below for you to explore their carefully selected range of products that embody quality, trendiness, and utility. So go shop Seek Essentials for your gateway to everyday elegance. Now back to the show. But welcome back to the On Repeat segment, guys. You guys already know, or if you don't, and this is your first episode, This is the segment where we talk about the music that really resonates with us or that we've been listening to recently, so that way I can and you can know where your minds are at. I feel that the music that we listen to it for a reason because it really resonates with us and we agree with something, whether it be the beat, the words, whatever. So that's why I always want to know what people are subconsciously listening to or what you're putting in your minds, period, because it really affects the person that you become.
Mhm.
Plus, music is a very big part of my life. I'm in a very musical family, as you can see.
Not from the singing. But Kennedy.
Yeah. I mean, we
But
do
the
a
other
lot of
stuff.
music.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mhm, mhm.
Listening,
Mhm.
playing,
Yeah.
yeah, whatever. We got music around.
Mhm,
So I like to bring you guys into my life as usual.
mhm.
So that way you can start to look at yours. So I usually let my guests go first
Oh,
with their song.
okay. Okay. So I've got a million songs that I could say.
Mhm.
Um, can I just give them some?
Yeah.
And then okay. So,
You can explain after.
okay. Well, I told Kasey maybe, anything from I was country when country wasn't cool with Barbara Mandrell or Crazy by Patsy Cline or Killing Me Softly by Lauryn Hill but I made sure that I narrowed it to two.
Okay.
Okay. And they're both Jill Scott, but I could have done Prince or I could have done Michael Jackson, but um Jill Scott is one of my favorites, and there are two songs that I narrowed it down to. And one is a collaboration with Will Smith, and it's called The Rain. I
Mhm.
love that song. Okay. And then the second one is Jill Scott again, of course, but it's He Loves Me. I love that song.
Yeah, that's a very smooth song.
Yep.
And why do you like them so much? Just because they're
Yeah.
Jill Scott or
No, well, I love Jill Scott because I mean, have you heard Jill
yeah,
Scott? Okay,
she's a
yeah.
lyricist.
That's Reggie and I went to see Jill Scott in New Orleans whenever she did Essence. But anyway, Jill, I like The Rain because I love the story about, well, you'll listen to it, I'm sure, right? But The Rain talks about it's really Will Smith's story where he was coming up and then things fell apart. And I just had to hear the story. It's a really good story. And then of course I love He Loves Me because it's just so sweet and so smooth. And it's I won't say uplifting like it's, gospel music, but it is like easy. It's easy. Yeah.
It calms the spirit. Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, since you did two songs, I guess I'll do two.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to do Drifting by G-Eazy,
Oh goodness.
and it's featuring Tory Lanez and Chris Brown.
I have to Google that. Do I know
And
that?
you
Is
might
it on the
not.
radio?
Not currently. It came
Okay.
out a while ago.
Oh, okay.
And my second song is going to be oh darn. 1 second.
Yes,
'Cause I
this
had to
one's
go read.
G-rated. Keep
Yeah.
it that way. I like a G-rated show, okay?
And my second song I'm gonna say is "I Wanna Be With You" by DJ Khaled and Rick Ross and Future.
You should know that.
Yeah, it's like and Nicki Minaj. Sorry, I forgot about that. That's why I couldn't read it. But yeah, those two songs. One of them, the "I Wanna Be With You," it just reminds me of like those old club days, like when people actually dance in the
Oh,
club and stuff
what do you
like
do at
that.
the club if you don't dance?
They do nothing now, TT. They sit on their phones and stand
Oh,
around
no,
and stare at each other.
When we go
Like,
home for homecoming, I dance.
I know. You dance everywhere. You and your friends dance everywhere. I went to Southern Heritage Classic and I stayed in the room with my mom and Kamaya.
Okay.
And they were down the hall, up the stairs, whatever. And so I was with them quite often. We had to follow them around and take their pictures.
It's hard to
They took us to see the ducks and stuff. Kamaya just got to know my family real good that
we
weekend.
just so enjoyed her. I hope that y'all have time next year.
No, we definitely will.
Good.
We're going back, so
Yeah.
be ready to see that video.
Yeah.
But yes, so
Maybe we can get one of my friends.
oh yeah, to be on. That would
There
be
you
great.
be alum too.
Yes.
Mhm,
See,
mhm.
guys, always what did she say? Always network, always be
Oh,
ready, do
yeah.
your best, and be
Get your
ready for your opportunity. Yes.
Yeah.
See?
Mhm.
Always be there.
Yeah.
So I really just want to get back to the music that like actually makes you feel good
Yeah.
and have
Yeah.
fun.
It affects your thoughts.
Yes.
Yeah. It
And
changes
like
based on
I
what you're
feel like
feeling.
all they play in the club now is gangster rap. How am I supposed to dance to people saying shoot 'em and kill 'em and stuff like
Yeah.
that?
Yeah.
Now one or two songs okay to get us hype,
Oh, is that
woo rah rah. Yeah, because I
okay?
still listen to NBA YoungBoy and stuff. Like if I'm going to do something like where I either don't want to do it
Yeah.
or like if I feel like I need to have like that extra energy or like that
Yeah.
masculine energy, like
Okay.
that go and do it energy,
Mm.
then that's when I'll listen to it.
Mm.
But like all the other times I'm trying to feel good. I'm
Yeah.
listening to Chris
Yeah.
Brown,
Okay.
Maroon
Okay.
5,
Oh,
like
yeah. Oh, you know what? Another song I love is More Than Words. You know
oh,
that?
no I don't, but I'll
Okay.
look it up.
Please. I like that song.
More than words.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so that's what I'm genuinely listening to like most of the time.
Mm-hmm.
So I just want to get back to that feeling because when I go out to parties and stuff like that, like I want to be out there to have a good time with my friends.
Mm-hmm.
Have a moment where you can have a conversation. Like songs used to have time to be able to have
Oh, you're passionate
conversations.
about this one,
Yes,
Casey.
because it's just so emotionless. Like
Yeah.
I feel like the only place you can get that now is like if you go to like a kickback. Do you know what a kickback is now?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
No, what is that?
A
What is
kickback
that?
is usually more centered for like friends and
Oh,
like a
a
house party,
gathering.
a gathering, an
Yes.
intimate get together.
Oh, what is it? Intimate? Like
Yeah,
people? It's not a lot of
it's
people.
not a
We
lot of
call it a lot of
people.
people.
Like, I mean, do you know how big the AKA house is?
Yeah.
You could feel that with the people.
Oh, it's a house party.
Yeah, a house more like that.
Okay. Okay.
But like when I go to big parties and stuff, like I don't want to be walking past men's just standing there and looking at their phones. Like
Yeah.
I feel like it makes it very unpersonal, like impersonal.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's what I want. I want a personal connection. I'm not going in there to just idly walk around and be
What are
stared
you going
at.
to do?
I'm going to have a good time.
What are you,
To have a
you want to dance?
yeah, dance, have it like what I'm gonna do after I get a drink. I'm gonna stand there and get sleepy because that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna stand there and get
Okay.
sleepy.
Yes. Okay.
So
Mhm.
yeah, I usually listen to like Tasty, Chris Brown. Tasty is a French artist. They
Okay.
call him basically the French Chris Brown.
Oh.
Yeah, so Kennedy and I are planning to go see him in Paris.
Oh.
'Cause
I can't come.
you can come.
Yeah.
We can definitely go.
Okay. When are
You
we
got to listen
going?
to some of his
I
music.
know I didn't get up to date.
But
I know some of the people you're talking
it'll
about.
definitely be after classic
Oh yeah.
when we go.
I'm sitting down after that.
Oh, really?
The holidays.
Okay, then I have to come back.
Holidays. Where you going?
Oh, well, I usually
After
go
the
to see her after, like during December and stuff like that.
Oh.
But we can go like spring or whatever if you want to go then. Because Kennedy's
Just let me
planning
know.
it.
I'll
So
see what
yeah,
I can
I'll
do.
let you know.
Okay.
But yeah, that's why I said I want to be with you because that really is more of a club be out
Okay.
song.
Okay.
And then my second song that I said, what did I say? I don't even remember. Oh, I said Drifting by
Yes.
G-Eazy.
Mhm.
And that one, because while I've been on this trip, everybody's been asking me about a recent person. And
Oh, good.
I don't want to talk about them, but this song came up on my playlist while we were out at the beach or whatever. And then right after that, grandma asked me about him. So I wanted to say something about it because when you listen to the song, like
I
you'll
need to listen
understand.
to the song.
Yeah, it's basically about like he's out on tour or whatever, and he's missing this girl and all this other stuff.
Okay.
So yeah.
Are you the one out on tour or the boy on tour?
Yes, he's out.
Oh, okay. Oh, is he missing a girl?
I hope not. I don't know if he's missing me or not.
I just wanted to understand. Okay.
But let's hope not.
Okay.
Because
Okay.
I
It's
haven't
okay
been
either way.
I haven't been told
Okay.
that I was.
Okay.
But yes. Oh, that was a real long repeat segment. Usually my people don't talk about
Oh, I
their
always
music
got a
for real.
response.
I know you do.
Mhm.
Okay, so now we're getting ready to move on to Me My Life. And what's it called? Sorry. Now we're getting ready to move on to Meme My Life. And that's basically where we talk about a meme that we've seen that's out on the internet or in pop culture that we liked or that we wanted to talk about or that we had some strong feelings towards. So I'll let my guest go first again.
Oh, well, I just had my scripture, the Jeremiah 29:11. Do you want to read it?
I mean, yeah, you
Okay.
can.
Go
Do you
ahead.
have your oh, you sent it to me on here.
Yeah. Mhm.
Okay, hold on one
Okay.
second. I had to pull it up.
Okay.
Okay.
But it's in the meme form, so it qualifies. Okay. So, and it does
Yes.
say who typed it up. So,
Yes, it does.
okay.
It says, "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future."
Mhm.
Jeremiah 29:11. And it's by purplewithpeace.com.
Who put it on the site?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So that's my meme. I
So
know it's not funny or anything, but it is. It does give me an emotional response. So,
well, what do you like the most about it?
when you feel like you don't know, what tomorrow is, or what you want to do, or what your passion is, or anything like that, it is a good reminder that again, you don't necessarily have to worry about that because you already know that God has a plan for you. It's a good plan, and ultimately, you will have a future and hope. So it's a consistent reminder. And that builds confidence. You don't have to really worry about some of the things that we do worry about.
Right.
Mhm.
Okay. That one probably really resonates with me right now too because I'm currently in the transition stage like she was right now. I don't know what I really want to do. Well,
Mhm.
I do, but there are some options, let's say. And I don't know which options are going to work out, but that scripture is very calming and comforting
Mhm.
to me. So that way I know, like, even if I don't know the plan, there's
Mhm.
still one out there. I just got to follow along to the best of my ability.
Mhm. That's
So, my meme, real short, it says, "Remember, their opinions will never pay your bills, sis."
Oh, yeah.
And the reason I wanted to pick this one was because I've been getting a lot of comments about the podcast and what I'm going to do with my life and where I'm
Oh,
going
we
to
got
go.
comments though.
Yes.
Oh, are you talking about us?
And where I'm
Okay.
going to go,
Okay.
and if I'm going to end up on top of my head or
I
something.
never said that.
No, that
Oh,
wasn't you.
okay. 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 Never did.
So I had to really remind myself that to block out all the noise, like she said, and to really hone in on what I think the plan will be and then move forward with that because everybody else's opinions, as Granddad used to say, when someone tells you something,
Because
receive it,
yeah.
yes, and then filter it. If it responds or it resonates with you, take it in, accept it, move forward with whatever they said. But if it doesn't, throw it out. It's just an opinion.
But the first part is you need to listen.
Yes.
Okay. And then decide. But
Yes.
you need to.
Listen,
Mhm.
period, no
Mhm.
matter what.
Mhm.
Because one thing that I realized about that was it tells you also a lot about what the people around you or the person that's talking to you thinks of you and themselves.
Mhm.
So you have to know like what your capacity is and what their capacity of what they think of you is too, because that helps you with the energy you keep around you
Mhm.
and where your mindset can stay or where it can follow.
Mhm.
So, yeah.
Mhm. Very good.
Now we are to the end.
All right.
We are
Bring
at
it
the
on.
last segment.
There's another segment.
The question for me, remember?
Oh,
This
yes.
is her favorite time.
I will go on and on. I asked you already.
You know,
I
my mom is watching, even though that's her sister.
Yeah. I heard everything I ask. I don't mind.
Always ask.
Yeah.
She
So
is the lawyer.
have any reserved
You see
questions?
how she
Yeah.
turned and she
Yes.
got ready in her seat to face me.
I didn't even know. I don't have any reserved questions, but since I have the opportunity, yeah. So I won't ask, if there's anything that you want to do in the world, what would do? I won't do that because I already know. Okay. But I I feel like this is the better question. Without a magic bean for you to be able to turn around and do exactly what you want to do, how do you get started through an opportunity or school or experience? What's the thought on that?
Okay, so like
And
how
if I'm not done,
okay.
if it's not that scenario, what would make you peaceful? What would make you peaceful to do next year this time?
Okay. Um I wrote some things down
Mhm.
in my manifestation journal. I currently have a manifestation journal.
I am so in another generation. Great journal,
And
huh?
um I realized that like I have very big dreams,
Mhm.
but the Lord keeps you at a certain level for a reason.
Mm.
So I can't say, and I've been trying to relinquish the fact of knowing what level I will be at in a year, if that makes sense.
Mm-mm.
No.
Say it again.
Like, if I don't know where mentally,
Okay.
mature wise,
Okay.
the environment that I'll be in, what it will be.
Okay.
So based on the lessons that I will learn, will throughout this year that I'm giving myself
Mhm.
to,
Mhm.
work and build my podcast,
Mhm.
will direct me in the direction that I want to go. But to answer your question,
Mhm.
I've currently been letting go of those expectations
Okay.
because of, like you said, that scripture.
Mhm.
I'm trying to stop figuring out what my plan is and to align myself to what the plan is with God.
Mhm.
Because right now, this is what's working out for me. It's what's doing the best for me.
Mhm.
It's what, no matter how tired I am, because before this, I wanted to take a nap. I wanted to take a nap. I wanted to read my book. I wanted to color. I wanted to get in the bed and make everybody leave me alone. But like when it's time to do this, I get the energy. When it's time to do this, I know the questions even if I haven't read over them. When it's time to do this, I know what I want to say even if I don't know what to say. So I know that's the Lord or whatever Holy Spirit speaking through me. And if this is the way that I'm going to get it out there, then I need to continue to keep my mind open to all the changes.
Okay.
So right now, actually, I'm at peace.
Okay.
I am very happy with where it is because I can see how much bigger it's going to get.
Okay.
And so if I'm still sitting at the hotel with my lights and my phone taking videos in a year, I'll be
Do they know
happy.
we're in the hotel?
No, but I mean,
Okay.
they would do now, but it won't matter in 2 weeks when I post this.
No, it's okay to be in the hotel. You're at location.
I know, right? I'm used to filming for free at the library. They remember those walls, so it's okay.
I know those walls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's okay.
That's
That's what I keep telling people, every single time that I do this, it moves up
Yeah.
every single time. I didn't start with lights. I didn't start with a camera. I didn't start with a computer. I didn't know how I was going to get it. I had no money and all I had was the idea and I had it for years. And the thing that I kept trying to do was to try to do it all by myself. And that's what I realized I had to stop doing. I had to realize that, yes, I had to take the first step on my own, but I had to use the resources that were around me. And that made it easier. Because like I said, right now, I don't have a crew. We filming, I'm staring at the microphone and stuff. But that's okay. I still have everything else I need to make it happen. And that's what I want the most.
Right.
And so that's what I'll keep.
Okay. Okay. That's my question.
That's
Thank
it? You only need one?
No, because I ask so many questions all the time.
She does. You don't have one juicy question
I
for my
know I'm not.
viewers?
No, I'm not. No, that's what I want to do.
Well,
Yeah.
if that's all she has to say, like I said before, my mom's episode, real quick, real simple, because she doesn't like to talk that much either. Well, she likes to talk, but she doesn't like she said on the camera, they don't let it all hang out in front of the camera. They're very put together,
You
conservative.
say I'm very put together.
You look put together.
Okay, well, I'll take it. Thank you.
So they are very, clear with their words.
Yeah.
And so I get that from them too. I get when you say something, you need to be definitive because
Yeah.
we're going to move forward after that.
Right.
So I want to thank my guests
Thank you for
for
having me.
coming
Mhm.
and giving such wise words to the future law
Oh,
students and the
yeah. I wish
future
them the best. Yeah.
generation because, we need as much guidance as we can get.
Oh, we all do. That's one thing you never
Oh,
stop
that's
needing.
another thing I
Yeah.
wanted to ask you, and I know I usually don't ask questions, but maybe this will go in the beginning.
Okay.
What's the best book currently or in the last year that you've
Yeah.
read since you said you do the
Oh,
thing?
that's yeah. Well, I just started, but I did finish. I don't remember the author's name. I'm sorry, but I did read The House of Eve, and it's basically about two different families. One in DC, this family, they go to Howard, and this other family is trying to build their life, and she's hoping to be able to get into college, but and she's in Philadelphia,
Mhm.
but it's in the 1950s, and the story I really liked it. It evolves into, I hope there's a second book that follows a sequel because it kind of left me with,
Cliffhanger?
but I don't want to necessarily tell the whole story because I'll tell it all.
Mhm.
But I really enjoyed it. It's The House of Eve.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I currently just finished The Alchemist.
Mm.
Oh, that's when I'm gonna shout this out too.
Mhm.
Me and Kennedy
Mhm.
might start a Plus One podcast book club.
Mm.
And we're going to make short clips on the books that we're reading
Mhm.
together because we've been reading books together
Mhm.
like last month or two.
Nice.
And we'll talk about them. And then that way you guys can join our book club and see if you want to read them with us.
Okay.
So I want to know if that's something you guys would like to, do or for me to offer.
Mm.
And maybe you guys can build your reading skills with us. So, what do I usually say? Yes, I already said thank you.
Mhm.
And well, then I guess it's time for the outro. So, I want you guys to always remember that you should be thinking of the way you treat yourselves and the way that you treat others. And don't forget to love more, be more, and add more positivity to the world. We're out. We do a heart. Okay, guys, we're done.
So sorry.